Hey everybody, Liz here. We are doing a live Periscope tutorial. So turn your cameras sideways because I just learned that you can save these videos and upload them to YouTube. So this is going to be like a live tutorial slash YouTube video. I'm killing two birds with one stone. If you are not familiar with Periscope, then you need to download that ASAP and follow me. And I do live stuff like this. Hi everybody. We're commenting live on the replay video. You won't be able to see the comments and everything, so I'll try and repeat the questions so that you guys can hear the questions and understand the context and all that stuff. So today we are learning how to make lemon cake. This is an adaptation from my recipe on my website, the vanilla cake recipe, and I'm going to show you how to mix it and how to make it into lemon cake, and I'm going to make a delicious berry filling, but that's going to come later. So you know, we're just going to see how it goes. This is live, this is raw, this is unedited. It's a little scary. So let's get this party started. This is what cupboards are made for, right? Okay, sideways broadcasting, because this is going to go on YouTube. So I have out all my ingredients here. I use a scale for making my cakes because that is for accurate measuring. Again, the recipe is on my website, artisancakecompany.com/recipes. We're going off of the vanilla cake recipe right here. And I am tripling this because I'm making an 8-inch and a 6-inch round. So I'm using my big mixer, which will just barely fit, and I know this because I've done it. And let's get started. Let's do this. So first we weigh our dry ingredients in the bowl. And the nice thing about doing things by weight is that you can just do it all in one bowl. So I turn on my scale here, and it says 0 because it's not counting the bowl. And if it does say some weight, you just press the tare button and that makes it go down to 0. And the first thing we're going to do is measure out the cake flour. Cake flour is not the same as all-purpose flour, and you can do the substitution thing with the cornstarch or whatever, but it will never be the same, ever. It will always be cornbready. So, you know, don't complain to me if you can't use cake flour. I don't know what to tell you. 1 pound, 10 ounces of cake flour. So, start adding in my scoops. Making a mess, as usual. 1.7. 1.10, we'll call that good. And then after you put in your cake flour, you press the tare. That makes it go back down to 0. And then we need 1 pound, 10 ounces of sugar. Granulated sugar, which is the non-powdered kind. Looks like sand. All right. 1.5, 1.86. You see how precise this is? Boom, 1.10. 4 tablespoons of baking powder. Many a time I have accidentally used cornstarch, so make sure you're not using cornstarch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 teaspoons salt. I use sea salt. I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, so if you missed this, you can rewatch it on YouTube. That's why we're sideways today. Whoops. Oh God. That'll be fun for the YouTubers. Dropped everybody on the ground. Please hold. I'm so sorry. I will have to edit this part out. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when you go live. Okay, I think that looks all right. Jeez. plant. I have a hook, like a clip thingy, but sometimes, you know, I have it so far out that it just like, you know, it falls over. Okay, so where were we? We had the baking powder. Teaspoons. So I'm using sea salt, and the reason I do that is because when you use too much iodized salt, it can get a little bit bitter, and sea salt is very delicious. So I have all natural sea salt going on here, and we need 2 teaspoons of that. Now I'm all shaky. I'm not used to going live like this. I'm all like jittery from dropping the phone. Like, what if it broke? That would have been horrible. All right, and then I have my butter going on here. This is Dairy Gold butter, and it is salted. I don't want salted butter. Why is it salted? I want unsalted. So I just got this out of the fridge. And the reason I want the unsalted is because I want to be able to control the saltiness. So I'm going to pop these into the microwave for like 30 seconds. Must have accidentally grabbed the unsalted, or I mean the salted instead of the unsalted. So while that's doing that, I'm going to try and adjust my camera again. I want you to be able to see the part when I start mixing here, because everybody gets hung up on the butter. A couple seconds more. Let's do another 10 seconds. We want our butter to be soft but not melted, right? Because that's important for texture. Love you guys. Somebody's just saying love you. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, so when I say softened butter, I'm going to show you what I mean. When you can put an indentation in the butter and it is soft enough that you can do that, but it's not a melty puddle, that is softened butter. So we are going to combine our dry ingredients with our butter. But first, the lemons. So the way that I do my lemon cake is I actually add lemon zest instead of lemon extract, because that results in a very, very like bright, yummy, lemony flavor, and you don't get that weird fake lemon taste from the extract. So my rule is 1 zested lemon per batch, and this is a triple batch. Now keep in mind that this is $1. Like, this cost me $1. That's like adding a vanilla bean. So that's a high quality ingredient. Charge accordingly. So let's begin the zesting. When you're zesting, you want to make sure that you avoid as much of the white pith as possible, because that is bitter and not yummy. All these hearts for zesting lemons. You guys are easily amused. I was thinking something that might be really funny is drunk baking, because sometimes I make dinner and I get a little tipsy while I'm making dinner, and it gets pretty comical. Yes, smell-o-vision would be really great right about now. Okay, so now we're gonna put this onto the mixer here. Let's see if I can get this. Oh gosh. Let's see. Let's put this here. Let's see if I can tilt this without dropping my phone. All right. Got to get the paddle attachment. Put that on there. And we're going to turn this on and start adding our butter in little chunks at a time until this resembles sand, and then we're going to stop. But first, we're gonna plug in our mixer. That helps. All these technical difficulties. It's live, it's raw. All right. This is called the reverse mixing method. I do have the plastic guards. I'm just lazy. Yay! Scales are the best. Okay, this is the sand stage, and I can tell it's at the sand stage because my mixer starts dying down, and that is something that I notice, and it just looks like sand. And when you crunch it together, it kind of holds its shape. Sand stage. All right, I'm gonna move this to the side carefully. Ooh. Now we're going to measure out our wet ingredients, which I also do by weight. I've already got my milk in here. So this is 1 pound, 8 ounces of whole milk. And then I need 9 eggs. Two. 3, 4, oops, probably should turn this so you could see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that's a lot of eggs. And we need 8 ounces of vegetable oil. This just adds moistness to the cake because, you know, white cakes are the hardest to keep moist tasting. Moist. I know you hate that word. And omit the vanilla because this is a lemon cake. So that's good there. And then I'm gonna whisk this together. You always crack your eggs separately. Why is that? I don't know. Somebody called me brave for cracking my eggs into the bowl. Oh, shells. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think after cracking like 1,000,000 eggs, I'd never get shells. So now, this is another place that people get hung up on, is how much, oh, they also said bad eggs or double yolks. I never have that problem either. Good practice though. If you have problems with double yolks, bad eggs, or shells, crack into a separate bowl. So this is when we add 1/3 of the liquid into the mixing dry ingredients, and then you have to stop and then turn it up to high to develop the texture. And if you don't do this, your cake will fall. And they say, why is my cake sunken in the middle? Or why is it only rose an inch? The reason is this step. So let's do this. I'm gonna turn it on a low. You know know what helps? This, turning your bowl up. Just until the ingredients are moistened and you start hearing this sucking noise. I can hear it. Now I'm going to turn it up to high, and or medium high, and I'm going to set my timer for 2 minutes. And you're going to start seeing this color get lighter. This is where all of the magic happens. My mixer's making a clicking noise because it's old. My scale is called My Weight. Yes, this is the same vanilla cake from my book. This is where people usually start panicking and think they need to stop mixing. It's just, I think it's the bowl. See, it's the bowl just kind of wiggling around. Oh my gosh, it's mixing for so long. Don't panic. Okay. So, I'm going to show you this. This is probably tripled in volume, and it's super thick right now. It's very, very luscious, and this is all of the structure to our cake. So if you don't do this part, then I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. You've ruined your cake. You've ruined all those eggs, all that butter. Just gotta trust me. Yes, I mix like this on all of my recipes. Okay, so now we're gonna start adding in the last little bit of the liquid slowly. And if you rush this part, you could potentially break your batter. So you add in a little bit. Wait for it to kind of combine. This mixing method results in a very, very fine, delicate crumb that is amazing. Also, make sure you scrape your bowl. Got to get that batter out from underneath any of the places that the paddle can't mix, or can't reach, I should say. I can smell the lemon. Somebody says the batter tastes really good raw. That's hilarious. I've never tasted it raw. Now I'm like slightly curious. Letting it mix, very important. Ooh, I like my lemon hearts that I'm getting right now. Has anybody on here seen the whipped ganache recipe that I just posted to the channel? It's pretty tasty. I am adjusting mixer speeds just between low and medium high, just to get things incorporated. Okay, so once everything is in there, we're gonna bump this up to medium high again for 30 seconds to make sure everything is whipped together and our texture or our structure is complete. Do the mixture dance. I'm gonna scrape my bowl one more time because I see a little bit of egg around the edges. Go. I'm making 2 8-inch rounds and 2 6-inch rounds. Okie dokie. Batter is complete. You can see the consistency of this. It's like kind of like soft serve ice cream. That's the right consistency. Now into our cake pans. I'm gonna wipe off my table. So I used to be one of those people that swore by shortening and flour. And now all I use is cake goop. And cake goop is shortening, flour, and vegetable oil mixed together just in a bowl. You keep it in the fridge. You wipe it onto your cake pans. It's super easy, it's super clean, and the cakes come out of the pans like magic. I'm just using a pastry brush to brush it on. You don't want to put a thick layer, otherwise it will actually make your cake soggy. Yes, you don't need to put it in the fridge. I just do. Because technically, flour, vegetable oil, and shortening are all things equal parts. 1 cup flour, 1 cup shortening, 1 cup vegetable oil. Mix it together until it becomes a paste. You will never ever go back to any sort of spray because you already have shortening and flour and vegetable oil on hand, so why do you need to clutter up your closet with another specialty spray? I'm sure Baker's Joy or whatever works great. All right. Ooh, all of this batter. Scrape off my blade. I'm just gonna pour enough batter into these pans that they're 3/4 of the way full, because I want them to bake all the way up to the top. And I've got a little bit, a tiny bit of batter left over, and I will actually bake this up into a 6-inch round. And put it into the freezer to use for cake tastings. So into the oven at 335 for, well, it depends. Some of these will be done in about 35 minutes, and some of them will be done in about 40 minutes. So, you know, when people ask me how long does it take, it just depends. what kind of oven you're using. Try not to overfill this pan. I'm like notorious for that. But you should bake them until a toothpick comes out of the center, you know, clean. But if you over bake them, your cake will shrink. So 335 is the temperature. Low and slow, and this results in a perfectly flat cake. Okie dokie, we are back, guys. Our cakes are out of the oven and they are looking quite delicious. They've baked up nice and flat, as you can see. What I do is when they first come out of the oven, I take my clean oven mitt and I pat down the very center of it so that there's no dome and that they are very, very flat. And this is the one I'm gonna eat. I overfilled it a little bit, so I had to trim it. But that doesn't affect how delicious it tastes. So while these are cooling, well, after they've been cooling for about 10 minutes, I'm gonna flip them out onto the rack and then put them in the refrigerator to chill them so that I can fill them, chill them and then fill them later on. But while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and make the Marionberry filling for the cake. And yeah, let's watch. But I'm just gonna eat this, so it doesn't matter. But do you see this crumb? Can you see that? I don't, it's too bright. See how there's no holes? It's just like this beautiful, delicate velvet gorgeousness. It's like so soft and so yummy, you guys. This is the best cake ever. It's really, really super good. So you put some of this on there. You see this? Oh my God, so good. It's delicious. It's so good, guys. So go make this. Make this delicious cake. Make this delicious filling. It's really good for piping onto cupcakes too. So, you know, I can't think anymore because I have to go eat this now. So thanks for watching, guys. I will upload this to YouTube later so you can rewatch it. I'll post all the recipes and everything. And I'll see you guys next time.